It's not working. I think my mic is working now. I'm not sure. Waiting for Mario to show up here. And if you are, can you guys see me? I'm gonna see if we can do the comments there. A few more seconds here. We'll wait for Mario to show up. If not, we're just gonna get right into it. But as far as everything goes, hi guys. Welcome back to a Titan Weeks episode where we talk about everything Tennessee, or we try to talk everything Tennessee, but we want to talk some football. A lot of interesting things coming up. A lot of new players. A lot of changing direction here, and it's for the good. I believe it's for the good. We'll wait just a few more minutes here, or a few more seconds here for Mario. Not much to cover really. I just wanted to talk about. If anybody can message Mario or something like that, tell him yes, I'm on right now because he just texted me and I don't want to end this because it ends the live stream. You know what I mean? And I'm on my phone right now and I don't want to do that. So if anybody has Mario's information, say, hey Mario, yeah, we live right now. Weiss is on. Hey Al Order Struck. What's up, my brother? What's up, my brother? Good to see you here, man. And I see you around the comments around YouTube and everything like that too. So it's really good to see you active in the chat. I hope everything is well. Um, Everything is great here in my neck of the woods so far. Well, so excited about this new season. I think it's that maybe. Well, if you know what I'm talking about here, it feels like the monkey is off our back a little bit. There was a little bit of pressure there with what's going to happen with AJ Brown and with Julio Jones. And just in that topic alone, you know how much pressure was there. And if it was going to happen, if we were going to bring back a Kenny Britt, instead of a Dorial Beckham, Green Beckham. So that's the elephant in the room that I really want to talk to Mario about. But I just hope you have that same energy that I do as far as our wide receiver group, but how it's so much has changed now. Because at the beginning of the season, we're pretty much on the same page about it not being too steady, too available. Robert Woods out, the availability of Burks, with his asthma and just a little nitpick things here and there and stuff, So we're really struggling as far as a wide receiver group, but I do believe you. I mean, it's going to be good. I really hope we kick some tail here. We look like we have some speed on there because I don't know about you, Al, but there was some times there where I was waiting for that, just that next speed, that next Khalif Raymond from AJ to get going, And there was times where crucial games where he did drop some easy catches, and those were inexcusable. It really came to a point in time where it was like our kicker situation with Gronkowski, where we said, you know what, I don't want to go ahead and continue vouching for this guy when he's missing easy field goals and stuff like that, And a kicker is another situation to talk about in itself in the special teams, which we will later on. But I do believe it going forward. This is just a whole new group, Yes. Well, I hope Mario is watching, or he got the message that I'm on already. I sent him another copy link for this, so hopefully Mario, you join in, brother. Just come on in, man. Hit that link. Just get in, But welcome everybody to another Titans episode where Titan Weiss, am going to be talking about a few things here. First off, tighten up. It's another season. It's a great season. Football is here. Oh, you could smell the fresh cut grass from where I'm at in New Mexico. I could smell that fresh cut grass in Tennessee or somewhere other than that. Yes, I do believe our tight end group looks like some studs at that pretty group, and I hope they bring in as much as they can from Austin Hooper. It looked like he was in a predicament with the Browns situation, as far as Baker Mayfield, and you could just see maybe he wasn't getting his touches or as much touches as he would have liked or what he was being paid for and being criticized for. But you had two running backs in the backfield, and you had Beckham before he, of course, the trade went with the Rams and everything, But having to spread that ball around maybe 4 or 5 other people, and then trying to get things going in a rhythm and being part of that offense, it just seemed like his body language was really unfocused, undisciplined, not there, not in the moment. Like, yeah, he's just going through the motions. If you catch what I'm talking about here, those are the highlights that I pulled from Cleveland. Now, that is a little concern for me because I hope he doesn't do that with Tennessee here. Um, I, I, I for one like to watch the body language before and after the catch, especially watching the wide receivers today, in their breaks. And it was right before, I think YouTube uploaded it maybe about 4 hours ago or 3 hours ago. It was the highlights with A to Z, and shout out to A to Z for the updates on that. They really are most credible source as far as updates and consistent updates at that. Now that the pandemic has been lifted, so that's the cool part about it. We're able to get more things updated. And oh, shout out to who's the other guy there who really helps us out. He loads constantly too. I forget. I'm gonna come back to that here, you know. But with the tight end group, like you're talking about, Al, it's just I hope they Austin brings that sense of urgency, sense of wanting to win. And so far, I mean, a lot of the players are talking the right way. It seems like it's the right way, but we won't know anything until probably these next coming weeks where we do notice some change in our offense and we get more productivity from our tight end group. I'm expecting a lot from Austin Hooper. I want to say and call it right now. I'm expecting no less than 800 yards from Austin Hooper. Um, I expect big things after the catch, and I expect things maybe even in the long run where we're down at our 20 or our 10 and get him more involved to help us move the sticks more. If we can get that consistency with him, I think we'll have a dynamic tight end group with both Chika Okonkwo, that huge human being there. I believe he's like 6'3". He looks like he's 6'5", 260. He looks like a solid rock. You got to move pretty good. Chig looks great. I also want to say who else looks really good on the other side over there? Jeffrey Swaim. So I see a little bit of Gronkowski, and I want to say like a Travis Kelce-ish and Delaney and Chig, just that body movement, but also that athleticism that we got with Janu. Um, I do want to see more in his footwork and in the breaks. That's where I see it kind of lapse. But the guy is a go getter. I mean, he's a big body. He last week the ADZ showed some highlights. I believe it was either Thursday or Friday, and Chig was up there. He was getting some he was getting some balls up there. And hold on real quick. Add into the stream real quick. We got Mario. Mario, you here, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in here. What's going on?
Hold on, wait. I think it might be my mic, brother. It might be my mic here. Hold on one second. I might have to pull this mic out right quick. Okay.
All right.
There we go. All right. Can you hear me? All right. Here we go.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, hey, what's up, Mario? Hey, we're just getting everybody caught up on everything real quick. Everybody, one sec here. This is my co-host here. This is Mario here. Mario Houston in the house, and we were just talking. Mario, I was just talking to everybody about our tight end group here. Oiler Struck is in the house. Al, he's over here, and we were just talking about our wide receiver group and our tight end group. What my expectations for Austin Hooper? I said I wanted no less than 800 yards minimum. I I'd like them to get more involved in the passing game, especially to move the sticks. That would be great. And Chig is a huge guy. I would compare him to Gronkowski and Travis Kelce a little bit, with a little bit of John New in there with his athleticism, because that guy looks like a freak of nature. He looks like he can go after the run
Yeah,
there.
yeah. He's one of our fastest tight ends that we have. Since probably since Johnu. Um, he's more. He's very athletic. Uh, a very athletic tight end. He still needs a little bit of work on the blocking, but other than that, I mean, he's gonna be a very great addition to our tight end group though.
Awesome, yeah. I was just talking about Austin Hooper. His body language for me, and watching the videos and a couple of the highlights with the Cleveland Browns was he seemed disinterested. Like a lot of it, like he wasn't there. Like, okay, go get 12, Hooper. Move the sticks for us. And then sometimes it was almost like he wasn't on the same page with Baker, in some of his catches. Um, and it just seemed like he was disinterested and just didn't want to be there. But probably because he had to share the ball a lot with quite a bit of people, because he had two running backs to deal with back there. Where in Tennessee, we really just had one until we had Hilliard and Freeman or Foreman.
Right.
So his his overall demeanor here in Tennessee, I think it would really help the tight end group in a whole, because maybe Tannehill can depend on Austin to be that guy where we didn't have it within Frickser,
Right.
where we needed it to be in Frickser and it just wasn't there because that majority of injury.
Well, a lot of it got to do with the team too. Like just like what you just got through talking about um with the scheme and the things that Cleveland like to run. And you gotta put that in some type of consideration as well. Um, that's why in training camp and even during the whole during the whole off season that he was sticking with Tannehill a lot after practices as well, trying to get the chemistry down between him and Tannehill. So I think it's more of an organization thing than anything. That's why I didn't put too much emphasis on him not wanting to really be in Cleveland. And I think it's just more
Yeah,
of an organization thing and more of him dealing with the mess that Cleveland been in. So I think that's probably more what was it all about, if anything.
definitely. So the one thing that I really wanted to address in this, and how we are talking about this wide receiver group, I think getting this passing game more involved, how we have Robert Woods now, tight end group. Do you think if Tannehill and Tim Kelly, this is where I'm going at the end of the day with this. Do you think we can successfully run a Tim Kelly and Tannehill offensive ish kind of offense with them, like how Watson was with the Texans?
Mm.
Do you think Tannehill can be that guy to be able to run a naked offense? Like Tim Kelly is going to be here to design and help our offensive coordinator, Todd Downing, where we struggle so much in our passing game, where everything was pretty obvious. Do you think Tannehill can be that guy to help run a naked offense the way Tim Kelly wants?
Um, the question is, you got to think about this. Has Tim Kelly ever had the weapons that he's getting right now? Because you got to also consider the simple fact that not only that he got the receiver group, he's got a running back, and he
Yes,
probably had that in Houston, and so that might not only help not only Tannehill, but I think it's gonna help Kelly out as well, because he never dealt with the type of weapons that he's got right now, and so um, I kind of with the drive that with the drive with Tannehill has right now, that they saying that his mindset is totally different. He went through a lot. He his drives is a whole lot different than what it was, and I mean I believe that he should be very very um, determined and ready for this type of passing offense. So I really don't see any problem with him not being ready for it. I mean, it just all just boils down to the chemistry and everything being put together during training camp. So it just all just depends on Tannehill, man. You could say that you're ready, but we just gonna have to see it. So that's the only way I can see. I mean, but I kind of have some faith in him. I think that he'll pull through in this offense, and with the help of with Kelly, I think he should pull through. I mean, anybody should be motivated considering what he just went through the playoffs last year. I mean, if that's not enough
Yeah,
motivation, I don't know what is. So I believe he'll pull through it.
definitely. So with now we mentioned top down in our weapons. A lot of them were really talking about ball security. You know, Rob Moore mentioned that in the
Hmm.
A to Z interviews and stuff. You know
Right.
how it's gonna have we're gonna have a really dynamic wide receiver group. I just came from watching this guy. He doesn't really get talked about much, but I wanted to talk about Roger McCreary out of LSU, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
he had Joe Burrow with, and a lot of his breaks I noticed was across the field. So he was a lot of that X guy, you know. Do you think it's gonna be more of a competition group between him and Burks in that area?
Well, I think. Well, let me let me correct you. McCreary is our our second round corner that we had got in from Auburn.
Oh no, yeah, not McCreary. Who's the other guy?
You talking about
Was not
oh
Burks.
hold
Um,
on. You talking about
what's his name?
uh um are you talking about Philip?
He's up. I just kept. No,
Not
no, no,
Philip.
no, not Phillips. The other guy.
Um
Phillips
uh
is gonna be great too, though.
yeah, Philip's gonna be good in that slot. I see him more as
Who is?
he's
I'm trying to.
he's gonna be good in that slot. I'm trying to think who you talking about. Um
Hey, Al, help us out real quick. Who's our other wide receiver there from LSU? No, 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 not Bobby Trees. The other
like
guy,
uh Racing McMath. You talking about
Racy McMahon. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah.
McMath?
So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
know, right? I was like, there's so many receivers out of LSU. I was trying to figure out who it was. It's got to be McMath, you know. But
yeah.
so Racy, I think he's going to be. I expect more from Racy McMath this year. You know, we didn't get much from him last year's productivity as far as Tannehill trying to get everybody involved, and I think that's kind of an issue sometimes. Is how Tannehill tries to get everybody involved, but at the wrong times. You know what I mean? Um, and like you mentioned in the past videos, at times Tannehill can be that elite quarterback. His times he shines, but
Right.
some of these makings he gets is where he wants to get other receivers involved. It's truly an issue.
Yeah.
So going forward, I have a lot more faith in our wide receiver group. Is basically what I'm getting at here.
I,
McMath, I feel a lot more comfortable with him, and I also exactly Al. He's a great deep threat. I think if he just can get his feet in the ground good, get a good feel of the game, and get a couple of passes early on, you know, I think he can be that X factor for us. Someone who's going to be the game changer. You know, kind of like how Khalif Raymond had a few good games there, or even John who had a few good games there now and again, or Jeffrey Swaim had a couple of glitches here and there. You know, I think he can be a game changer at least one or two games for us this year.
yeah. Racing McMahon didn't get a lot. He didn't get a lot of shine because of some fact, they put him on in on special teams a lot. But from the things that I've been hearing about was because he didn't really have a whole lot of confidence in himself when he played receiver. But um, now that, he's been balling out this offseason. Really, he the one that really been doing a lot of shining. Uh,
Yeah.
everybody else they've been doing their thing, but everybody been really talking about him being a big time improvement this year.
Oh,
So,
sure.
yeah, he's gonna be the one that's gonna stretch the field out for us because that's what we've been missing for a while since really actually since Raymond. Ever
Yeah.
since Raymond had left, we really didn't have nobody that could really stretch their field out for us. So now we actually got somebody that can really do it. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see exactly how this is going all gonna play out because it's been some real quiet competition in that quarterback, not in the quarterback room, and in the whole receiver room. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
still interesting when it come through training camp. Cause I like to see McMath. He's been doing good. I like to see Phillips.
yeah.
Phillips gonna be that X factor to me because he's the one I think really gonna be moving them chains when we really need the chains moved.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I like Phillips. Well, of course, Woods, aka Bobby Trees. Uh,
Bobby Trees,
yeah,
have him, man.
trailing the youngster. I like Burks, but it's gonna be interesting to see, man. On when it comes to that whole receiver group, I think it's gonna be real some quiet competition that's gonna be going on, man. For real, I think it's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I wanted to touch on our quarterback group real quick. We got Tannehill, of course, our QB1 here. QB2 still looks like it's going to be Woodside, and
Right.
from the video looking at, he still looks like he's pretty consistent in it.
Yeah.
Um, looks like he's kind of playing for the position or the job still. It's not giving Malik any kind of leeway in any step what so much to get close to him. Um, okay, so now the other elephant in the room, besides AJ Brown and everything, kind of, I wanted to get your thoughts
Oh,
on that later
Lord.
on, but
Uh,
I want to talk about Malik really quick, our QB3. Now, the issues I'm seeing before I go to great, the issues I'm seeing is what a lot of people have said is that he has issues breaking to the left. Now, before I go and compliment A to Z and everybody else who I've listened to on Malik and everything like this and hear this firsthand, I wanted to share with everybody that exactly what I've been thinking, and probably Mario has been thinking in his head, watching a couple of these highlights, like, hey, this cat has an issue going left. He could clean this up a little bit. He could clean up the footwork a little bit. Could clean up this throw and rotation a little bit. Hip placement is just small little details that we kind of see that we all basically agree on. And
right.
then you turn on A to Z, or you turn on major news class at ESPN or something, and they have the exact same outlook. So it's just kind of cool that as a whole in a group, we all kind of have that little niche for things to kind of identify. But I have to agree with everybody. I need to see more from Malik, and his past interview this past week, you can kind of understand where he's coming from, and you can hear it from his body language and everything, from how it was maybe the first week of like, hey, how's training camp, to, oh, it's great, to, yeah, I got some learning to do, better decisions, just a little bit more short.
Well, you got to still understand too. He's he's a raw talent. I mean, he got the he got the get the playbook down, which is totally different from college.
Definitely.
He got to work on his mechanics because his mechanics is a little bit off, a little different from from college. Because you got to understand too that when you playing in college, you can get away with a lot of stuff that you can't get
Yeah.
away with in the NFL. So now, but he's in a perfect situation because he don't have to be thrown out to the wolves. So everything that he's working on in the off season or right now in practice is benefiting him. And then he can work behind veterans, behind Tannehill, Woodside, and stuff like that. So he don't have to be thrown out into the wolves so soon. So he's in a good he in a very good situation, I believe. So um he don't have nothing to too much worry about right now. All he got to do is just keep working hard, work on his footwork, and it can continue to being a student of the game. So as
Yeah,
long as he
definitely.
continue to being a student of the game, you know who knows when it comes to next season, he can make make that next level jump or that
Yeah,
next
yeah.
jump. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's like I said, he in an absolute perfect situation to me. I don't know about the other quarterbacks, but in this draft, I think he in a perfect situation.
Yeah, and the guy's got a great arm. The guy can throw. That's what one thing I'm really looking forward to, because we need that downhill deep threat.
Oh,
And the other on with Malik before we jump off here, off the subject, off of him. My thing was he was in a situation where he transferred right to Liberty. So
Right.
given that offensive limit playbook that they had at Liberty where he did run, what I did notice was when the issues hit the fan, right, in the pocket, he wouldn't do he kind of did that Mariota thing where he just started running around and dancing around like no, throw the ball, get
Right.
rid of it. Get rid the cat's open right there, get rid of it,
Yeah.
The thing about was his pocket presentation and how he excelled in it. So I think the Titans are doing a great job of throwing him that scenario was how they had him Woodside and Tannehill kind of doing a little scenario where he got out of the pocket and then finally made that throw, so that was kind of a cool thing. But at Liberty, they probably just told him, hey, you can run. So just if you feel the need, you can run. Go ahead, run, player.
Right. And a lot of young quarterbacks still kind of do that. They read one thing and then they go. They don't never go through each receiver before they take off. So you still have a lot of young quarterbacks still do it to this day, but it's all up to him.
Yeah.
Better that to where that he
Yeah.
don't get the happy feet in pocket and then just take off running just because they see just one person not open. They'll run off with the ball, but
Yeah.
hopefully, like I said, he'll get that down a whole lot, during the off season.
Real quick, I thought we were. Yeah, for sure. So what I was gonna say was, I expect him to be no. I was gonna say I expected us to get Ritter over Malik Willis.
I did too. I didn't.
You know what?
It was a lot of people that did not really expect for Malik Willis to drop that far. Everybody thought that he was already projected to be a first rounder or either a late first rounder, but for him to drop to the third, that was kind of, to me, I think that was a blessing because we wound up getting him. So, and he's supposedly being the one of the top QBs in the draft this year. So for him to drop in our lap, hey, I don't have no problem with that at all. I don't have no problem with that at all.
I know that's
because that was like a steal. If you ask me.
Exactly. We got it at a market price at the right time.
Right.
It's one of those opportunities you can't mess up.
Right.
He's back. Derrick Henry's back. I love it that he's back. We lost. Who did we lose? Blossingame. Blossingame went back up to Chicago there, and we kept Torrey Carter. And from the conference today, Vrabel said he was going to try to find a role, or basically Carter was trying to carve out his role in this offense and stuff, which I probably don't see too much. Maybe there'll be one or two passes kind of like just out in the flat area, like how they did with Blossingame, which Blossingame did miss a huge catch in the last week there against Cincinnati. Crucial time that we needed to move the chains, and it could have been that game there. So not too mad with Kareem.
But you know what?
Season.
I don't mean to cut you out, but we shouldn't have to depend on Blossingame on the pass anyway.
Exactly. It was. You know what, Mario? It was one of those situations there too, where, and I really don't want to jump back into that game, but it was kind of like, why are we throwing it to Blossingame over there? I understand.
Right.
We're trying to have a common goal of getting to next week, but why are we throwing it to him?
Yeah, right. Right.
But I'm really excited to see what Hassan can do for us. Hassan Haskins,
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna have that speed for us, and we kept Dontrell, which is cool.
Yeah, Dontrell Hill. You know what? I really like Haskins. I've seen him all through college. I really like that kid. That kid there, man. I think he's gonna be quiet as kept. He's gonna be that second punch that we need when Henry needs a breather. It's gonna be the same thing. Keep rolling because he's got the height like Henry, but he don't have that bulk like Henry. He's Yeah, he's a big physical back as well. Um, so I think, like I said, he's gonna be that one that people is gonna be really talking about. I think on our offense, people is gonna be really thinking about Haskins because he's a different type of animal, man. I think
That's awesome.
yeah, he's a real good back, real good back.
I'm looking forward to seeing him on the field, actually, out of Michigan, and Ohio State, being a Vrabel being an Ohio State guy, bringing that into the. That's going to be pretty fun to see how that kind of plays out with everybody a little bit there.
Yeah, no, yeah,
And
back and forth.
one other one other thing that I wanted to touch on real quick was the offensive line group. So
Yeah.
it kind of, I mean, I don't know if it's clearly set just yet, or if it's still kind of a matchup. But so far, this is what it sounds like. We have left guard Lawan, left tackle Lawan, left guard Brewer, center still Ben Jones, Nate Davis at right guard, and right tackle Dillon has got the right spot for now.
Mhm.
How do you like that? What do you think about that?
Well, uh, Brewer, uh, Brewer, he did this thing, for a little bit, but Brewer's problem is that he's kind of undersized at guard, and that his pass blocking ability is not really up to par.
Yeah,
Whenever we picked up Jones from the Seahawks, uh, he's supposed to be giving that extra competition to Brewer. But from from the rumors that Jones and Taylor Warren had got into it, so I don't know how much that's gonna really hurt his chances at that left guard spot.
yeah,
It might be Brewer to lose. And then that right tackle, when you got Dillon, we also drafted the kid from Ohio State. I can't really pronounce his name,
yeah.
but they've been I think his last name Pierre, but he he's
Nick,
been looking real solid. Yeah, he's been looking really solid at right tackle. So Dillon's going to have to watch out because that
yeah,
kid, they really like that kid. So they at first I was gonna say they know it was Dillon's spot to lose, but hey, they really looking at this kid, man, from Pierre. I think they've been saying that he's been real solid at their right tackle spot. So it's gonna be that's gonna be another interesting position group to look out for in training camp as well. Other than the receivers, it's gonna be that offensive line that really I'm gonna be looking forward to looking at as well to see who's gonna wind up getting both of those spots.
yeah. I think the thing with Nicholas, they said at right tackle, that's free air for everybody. I having some issues with it. Right? Was just a little bit of issues, just kind of getting their quickness with his feet and stuff, But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the guy has length. The guy, he's massive beast. I really did see him going at that right tackle position as well, and I did see either Dillon going into left guard this season, but now this is what we have, what we're working with. So, kind of a different view in how the offensive line was going to go. I'm still not sure I am comfortable with Brewer, and that I am comfortable with Lawan, to be honest, out of all things. With Nate Davis. Nate Davis looks like he's putting on a little bit more weight. We did have a little bit of things there where Nate Davis did. We didn't talk about him for the longest time, is what I'm saying. And
Right.
then there was a point there, I want to say, like week 12, 13, or 14 there, where he just had maybe one or two games where it's like, what's going on, Davis? What's
Yeah.
going on over there, man? I mean, you just are you there? What's going on? You get
Yeah.
run over. So that's where, I mean, he cleaned it up a little bit there, but it just looked like we struggle in our pass game.
Yeah. Overall.
Um,
Yeah. Overall. Yeah. It was terrible.
last night I did kind of like just kind of reminisce about how our passing offensive kind of did. Um, and yes, Al, for sure, he might end up at that left tackle position. It was really at a point where coming into the draft, or maybe after the draft, Mario, where I kind of questioned our line first, and I said, you know what are we going to do about Lawan, being that
Uh,
Lawan has been here this long? He had a mediocre season last year. Let's just, it's no heads or tails. He had a mediocre season. It was really, what's going on over there, Lawan? Are you struggling? Is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? Are you, because he was on a new diet or something, and he even said it himself. He said that he just wasn't up to par where he thought he was physically, and he wasn't, and he was getting beat. And it seemed like a couple of games there where, I mean, towards the end there, where I was even so frustrated with Lawan, and I love Lawan, but it was a frustration to where I think there was like a something that happened in the end zone, and he kind of just fell over a guy and it was hurt. I was like, get
right.
him off the field. I
Yeah.
was like, give me some, put Brewer over there. I
Yeah.
mean, somebody's going to get beat, but I want someone who wants to be on the field. So
Yeah.
that's where I kind of have an issue with Lawan too. Is I really hope, Al, like you were just stated too, we're going to have to shuffle around this offense, I think, a little bit still. So maybe that's why we kind of went in heavy with our DB group, our cornerback group, and offense a little bit to maybe invest in an offensive line this coming off season.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, man. It's gonna be real interesting because just like you were saying about Lawan, he was just as bad to me, just as bad as Tannehill because didn't nobody really want to talk about it. But hey, uh, we see it. I mean, we were seeing it every Sunday. So it's not like that he was out to clear because he wasn't because he was doing some terrible things as well. So Tannehill wasn't the only one
Yeah,
that was bad on that offensive side. So you so right about Taylor Lewan. He he was a no show because he was letting guys beat him as well too. If it's just like you putting so much investing in somebody and thinking that they gonna work out for you and then they don't. So yeah, it's very frustrating. Yeah, so I get you on that.
yeah, I hear you. And also, so I think that's pretty much covers just about everything that we kind of talked about. I mean, we'll see how everything kind of plays out after this week one, maybe week two, and see where the offensive kind of goes. I really want to see how this group that we have together, Lawan, Jones, Davis, and Dylan, kind of work out for now, and then
Yeah,
just to see what we know we need to change. You know,
yeah,
I know Ben Jones did his contract for a year or two here, but we're going to need something with Ben Jones here too, because the Brewers at that guard position, who's going to be taking the snaps here? If Jones goes down,
right.
because he got pretty beat up, and
Yeah,
not to
Jones, Jones,
anything,
pretty tough.
but one bad game, where he had that bad snap with Tannehill, and that was pretty much it. But other than that, he's our only hope so far.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think Jones. Jones is a tough, is a very very tough player. So, um, he he gets banged up, but a lot of times he still show up on Sundays. So,
Oh
but
yeah,
but still at the same time, you still got to have some type of depth there. So, that's gonna be something to really watch out for this season. Hopefully, you know, hopefully that he doesn't get hurt or come with some type of major injury and things to that nature. But yeah, that's gonna be something to look out for as well too.
I definitely hear you. And I think what was the last thing I wanted to talk about here was oh yeah, so everybody probably's already heard this hundreds of times all over YouTube, and it's probably a dead subject for a lot of us already. But
Yes.
the A. Brown trade, the elephant in the room, let's
Oh
talk about it
Lord.
because I get back from town, right? I'm running around trying to hurry up and get on the live because I told the family ain't nothing going on. We're watching the NFL live, and that's all we're watching all day. The girls are watching the movie inside, so I said I didn't want to disrupt them. I come outside to the car. As soon as I come in the car, I hear we just trade AJ Brown, and then there's an Eagles trade, and I was like, "What's going on? What did I just miss?" And it was
Right.
all within like seconds. So I was like, "We have Burks, okay. well, why do we lose AJ? What's going on here?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
at the moment, I had to shed a tear and walk away a little bit. I was like, this is not happening.
You know what's crazy was that I was at work, and I seen like the first couple picks of the draft, but I was at work, and I felt my phone in my pocket just going haywire, and I'm like, man, what's going on in my pocket? So I hurry up and I go to the bathroom, and then I'm seeing like AJ Brown, AJ Brown, AJ Brown. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell's going? Why do we trade AJ Brown? And yeah, it was shocking, but um, like I always say, man, it's still a business, and I felt like that um, I can't really put it all on us as an organization. The reason why is because some of the stuff that I was hearing, um,
Yeah,
the way how he was handling things, the way how he was going and treating us as an organization, I didn't
yeah.
really too much like. Um, so it's we'll see how it all plays out during the season. If it was a bad move or not, I don't see why it is a bad move because I don't think it is. But we'll see, man. I mean, I can't cry with spilled milk, man. I can't cry with spilled milk.
Yeah, you know what? When the first thought of it, I was really upset. I was really sad, and then I said, you know what? We have after hearing all the Traylon Burks issues and everything, I said, well, we can't expect Traylon to fill
Yes,
eight or
yes,
to be. We need to expect Traylon to do what Traylon do, and
yes,
that's
yes,
he's
yes.
not the way he needs to fall out. We just need him to make sure he makes weight and he's on the treadmill like he needs to be. No, don't throw him no Popeye's chicken. We need someone to throw him some lettuce. It's just towards you. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah. But see, that
just
was I
like you
was
had,
worried. That's what I was
yeah,
worried about too, because I felt like that they was putting so much pressure on to him to be like AJ, and not letting
mhm.
him be Traylon Burks. And when you do that type of stuff, you wind up making this boy go so hard to where that he
Oh
hurts
yeah,
himself. You
he's
see
going
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah,
So I felt like I felt like the media, the local media, and everybody else was putting too much pressure on him, and I think that's part of the reason why that he was having asthma issues
yeah,
and stuff because he was so overwhelmed with so much pressure they putting on this youngster. So
yeah,
they got to let him groom and develop as well. I mean, can't nobody do what AJ did for us. I mean,
yeah.
that's what AJ do. But you gotta let this man grow. You gotta let him grow. They can't force him to do something that he's not gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? So he
Yeah.
got to be Traylon Burks. Can't be AJ Brown.
And exactly, that's gonna look good coming when we play up against the Eagles here. That's a great thing. I think the only two people I had text that entire day was you and the cousin of mine, and I said, I hope he forgets every route. I hope he gets the jitters. I hope he drops every ball. When we play him,
Right, right, right,
because we
right.
are not we to be in this house for AJ Brown to catch a ball. It's just gotten to that level, like you said. With all the small little pettiness. It frustrated me. I said, AJ, just be over there. Let
Yeah,
us try to hype up our Trayon Burke. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like I said, man. I don't offer no type of ill will towards AJ, but I just feel like
Yeah.
I didn't like the way how he handled the situation with us,
Oh,
and
exactly. Yeah.
I felt, and then for him to still be talking about it is like, damn,
Yeah.
dude, move on. Like you
Yeah.
starting to
Exactly.
you starting to be like that ex girlfriend that don't want to leave. Like you need to leave it alone, man. Like damn, you still writing about us, man. We ain't even talking about you no
Yeah.
more, man. Like go on, man. Like I said, man, I'm like you. I hope he drop every ball when he plays us. I hope he drop every ball.
Mario, there was tears running down my face when he was having that conference about having suicidal thoughts, and then he missed a game or two, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, player, get yourself right. I'm sorry that when you went through that, you're making me sad. Don't do that. I want the best for you. After that, I was like, AJ, I cried for you. I cried for you. So now that's why I said. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like, I hope you miss every ball. I hope you miss your route.
Man, I hope you miss. Man, I hope you miss every ball, and you can't catch nothing. You drop every ball, everything, man. I swear. I swear, I was like, man, I can't wait till we play the Eagles, man. I just cannot wait till we play the Eagles, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, and maybe on the next show we'll be able to cover the defense and everything, but we got some studs on that defense.
What? Come on, man. I've been licking my chops. Our defense is gonna be, oh my God. I don't even know how to put it, bro. It's gonna be on the next live, that's gonna be what we're gonna be talking about next.
All right. Hell yeah. Hey, well, it was good to catch up with you, Mario, and everybody in here in the chat. Not sure who's in here, but we appreciate you guys for being here, checking up with the channel. We are slowly getting back into things, information. We don't put everything out every other day like a lot of YouTubers. We kind of go steady as we go, collect information as we can, watch a lot of film. We like to watch film and break things down, what we see, what we don't see, what we need more of, and just our overall input and information, but to me and mine, and from you and yours, we want to thank everybody for being here and for viewing our Titan Edge channel. Subscribe, comments,
Hit the like. Tighten up.
Tighten up.